Hello class, how you doing? My name is Mr. Francois, and I'm going to talk to you today about, this is my informative speech with visual aids, and the topic of something that affects many Americans in this day and age, and actually many humans around the world. The topic I'm going to talk about is called phobia. I actually, the reason why I'm talking about this topic content is because, as we know, the first week of class, we had everyone was giving presentations, and actually, Leo's your name?
Yeah.
Leo actually sparked me with his situation of having a phobia and being phobic of a lot of different things, and he's not the only one that I'm sure of that has a phobia of any kind. So I wanted to do a little research. I did some research and I put some slides together, and I hope that from the interest that I had with him, that you'll be able to follow my presentation today. Table of contents: what is a phobia? What are the causes of any type of phobia? The different types of phobias, how to treat a phobia, and my summary and conclusion. And I also have a reference page. What is a phobia? A phobia is from the Greek language, phobos, meaning fear or morbid fear. It's an irrational, intense, persistent fear of any situation, normally from a personal situation as a young kid that grows into adulthood, or just any type of situation that was fearful. It's the most common type of anxiety disorder, and the main symptom of a phobia is excessive, unreasonable desire to avoid the feared subject. And a bug is one of the most common. I've named a few on the next slide. An American study by the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH, found that 8.7% of Americans and 18.1% suffer from any phobias broken down by age and gender. The study also found that phobias were among common mental illnesses in women and all age groups, and it's also the most common from men older than 25. What are the causes of a phobia? Many specific phobias can be tracked back to a specific triggering event. Normally, it can be anything that feared your life as a child or as an adult. It doesn't matter the age ranges. Traumatic experience, as in a car accident, possibly drowning at any particular point in time, to make that causes a phobia for the rest of your life. Meaning, you can be scared to swim, scared of water, anything of that sort. From these experiences in one's life, it builds up a fear or a wall, and a wall has been created. There's many Americans in this day and age that have types of phobias. So it's very common in American society. These are some of the most common types of phobias. And I just want to take a poll of the class. Can you name any of these types? The actual clinical term of it. Yes.
Arachnophobia.
Yes. Anybody else? We have arachnophobia, fear of spiders.
Reptilophobia.
Yes, Nick. Okay. And on the next slide, I'm gonna actually name the clinical terms.
What's some lady in the corner?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
This is afraid of flying.
She taking a pill?
Fearful.
You're fearful of flying. She's petrified.
Hate needles too.
And that's the needles. Yes.
That's a needle.
I really hate needles and doctors.
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, you have a phobia. Okay.
Are you recording?
Different
Don't
types
ask.
of phobias. Forgive me for pronunciation. Again, I don't know Greek. This aviophobia is a fear of flying. Arachnophobia, as we all know, is fear of spiders. Professor? A phibidophobia is a fear of snakes or reptiles, and trypanophobia is a fear of needles, which in this case, the fear of needles affects 10% of all Americans from the research that I've done. Now, I'm going to talk about how to treat a phobia. There are many different ways to treat. You can go clinical. You can do hypnosis. You can go into hypnosis. It all depends on the person and what type of phobia they have. Some therapists use virtual reality or imaginary imagery exercises. Hypnotherapy, coupled with neuro-linguistic programming, can also be another step used to remove the associations that trigger the phobic reaction. The summary. I have just given you a presentation of what many Americans and people around the world have in common, which is a phobia. Also, I relayed some information in different types of treatment, the most common phobias, which was 4 different types. But to me, in my opinion, it all boils down to the particular individual and if they want to get past that fear or phobia. They can let it hinder them for the rest of their life, or they can, kind of live on the edge, face their fear, and kind of stare it in the face and not let it hinder them. My references, and that is my presentation.